is Mikayla. I'm a photographer. I've been doing this for the past 5-6 years on and off. I think 6 years is like this year or next year. I don't know. I wanted to go over my thought process in some of my projects. I want to start off with my favorite one right at the moment, which is called Tethered. Tethered is a photo series that I did that is dedicated to my sister, Cheyenne Verdier. So I'm going to go back through my mood board, which I'm going to like show on the screen or whatever. My mood board is my Bible for any photo shoot that I do. It is I put everything in here. Like it doesn't matter if I came up with this like 2-3 years ago. I can go back and look through my mood board and know exactly what I was talking about, what exactly I want to see, and my exact thought process. It is literally my go-to. So the first part of Tethered is my sister annoys me, but I'm forever connected to her through blood, through memory, through past. No matter how far we both go, we are still bonded. And in the corners I had put I want very soft feeling portraits. The closer you go to the subjects, you see the softness between the two. So the closer the camera is, the more intimate it is, the closer you see the bond, the kind of like they let the wall down between them. But I still wanted tension, so I still wanted movement within the work, and I wanted like them pulling each other. I don't think I added the photos in the final result, but obviously the shoot was about how she does annoy me and how she does irritate the fuck out of me, and so I still wanted to show that between sisters, because I feel like everybody understands when you have a sister, when you have a sibling, that as much as you love them and as much as like your bond is very close and you have a soft spot for them, they are one of the only people that will get you as mad as they can, like, you know. So before I even get into the shoot, I actually want to talk about where this idea even stemmed from, and it stemmed from Doechii. It stemmed from her Stephen Colbert freaking performance, which interestingly enough that stemmed from Solange's performance, which I don't know where, but I know that their hair was connected. But I'm a huge fan of Doechii. Like, you can ask anybody, I'm a huge fan of hers. I love her everything. I love her creative process. I love the way she thinks. I love her creative direction. I love it. I'm such a fan. I was watching it and I was like, that is so freaking cool. Like, I thought it was cool. I love the fact that they had looked alike, and it was like you were looking at one Doechii like 3 times, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. See, fast forward, I just remember saying like, oh, that's just really cool, and I wanted to get to more conceptual work, and I was kind of like thinking about my inspirations at the time, and I was like, I would love to do something that's inspired by Doechii. But like, for the weirdest thing is like I couldn't take inspiration from things for a while. I don't know, it just didn't connect for me on like how to, but like no, but like yes. I don't know. So I don't know, I had that in the back of my mind, whatever, kept going with life. And one day I was on the phone with my friend at the time, and I was ranting about my sister because I think we had like just gotten into an argument like 2-3 weeks before or something, and I was just like, yeah, I love my sister, like she's my best friend, but she annoys the fuck out of me. Like, I was like, she's annoying as fuck. And I was like, I just remember feeling so frustrated in that moment about our relationship and like the things that were going on, and like just frustrated on being like, I love my sister, like I don't want to argue with her, I don't understand why this keeps happening, like what is going on. And I was like, I literally was like, their hair is together. No, like Doechii and her performance had just like literally flashed through my head, because everybody at the time was like posting her performance and was talking about it, and I had always seen the pictures of like their hair being braided together, so I was like, yeah, like, but we're forever bonded. But I remember like thinking like, we're forever bonded though, like I would never want to lose my sister or cut her off, or like no matter how far we go, we're still always going to be sisters. Like it literally doesn't matter. And I don't know what it is, but something just clicked in me, and I was like, I'm gonna do a shoot about my sister. And I remember literally sitting at the kitchen table, and I just put it together within that night. And it went from, okay, so they're gonna have their hair together, but my idea wasn't for it to be braided, because I was like, well, I'm gonna have to pay somebody to do that, because I don't, like, you could always ask for collaborations and everything, but it's like, it depends on how like close you are with the person, and then braiding people's hair is kind of like a lot. So I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to do that, but I was like, I do want their hair connected. I want them to be connected. I want like the tension, I wanted the pulling of the hair, I wanted the just like, it's this picture that I really loved on my mood board. This one, which I had seen like a month or two before, like just scrolling on Pinterest, and I just had it on like one of my Pinterest boards, and I was like, oh, I really like that. Like, we're gonna somehow, some way, like, I know I'm gonna come back to that. Like, I really like that. So I was like, okay, so the tension, the pulling, I was like, okay, so do I want to see people, do I want to see them like fighting, do I want, like, what do I want this to look like? And I was like, okay, so that's when I had put the first, that's when I did the first slide, which is explaining, even though it's not in super depth, I feel like it gets the point across with full body shots, full like movement shots. And kind of the way that I like to do my mood boards is like, I like to separate the poses by the movement. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So like, if I want to do some on the floor, there's going to be a slide dedicated to just poses on the floor. There's going to be a slide dedicated to portraits. There's going to be a slide dedicated to detail shots. There's going to be a slide dedicated to full body shots. Just because I like the organization. I feel like it's easier. And it kind of makes the photo shoot just run a bit more like smoother, rather than you telling her like, okay, we're gonna do some full body shots, and then next to it is like a really close portrait, and like now you have to do that. Like, it just makes it easier. Let's just get the full body out the way. Let's get the portraits out the way. Let's get the beauty shots out the way. Like, you know? So that's when I kind of wanted something that was kind of cool. Just cool. Like I said, some tension, some like, I wanted them to kind of lean, be able to lean on each other, while still kind of being apart, because it shows like the bond is still there. Literally, no matter how far we go, we are still connected, we are still bonded, we are still going to be together. So that's when the inspiration came for a lot of these shots, especially this one. I had really liked it. I thought it was really cute. See, I said, yeah, tension. Or this one, or these, which I didn't even end up doing. I'm so sad about that. And then for the portrait shots, I wanted something that was really soft. I wanted something where they were together. There wasn't any tension. They weren't far apart, but they were one twin right here, one twin right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, something that was very like, the closer you're to the camera, the closer you see them, the closer you see their bond. Like, their bond actually represents something, which is where, you know, this was like a huge inspiration. I really liked these because they gave like the schoolgirl vibe that I liked. This reminded me of like the whole monkey see, monkey do, which I like that. And yeah, I just wanted something that was very like soft and tender. And then of course I had my detail shots, which I did this one, which came out really cute, and this one, which I really liked because they remind me of schoolgirls. This one, which I also really liked. Yeah. And then for the hair inspo, I left that to my hairstylist, Sandy, which I love her so much. Please, like, go to her. She is an amazing braider, and she does this for the love of this. So for styling, so this is my first time styling, and I was super nervous because I feel like I know how to dress, but like dressing other people is like, I only know how to dress myself. Like, I never told y'all I knew how to do this. But I was like, okay, well, this is something that isn't, because like styling for other people, you kind of have to go off of their idea versus I'm like, okay, this is obviously my idea. What would I want this to wear? And so first the thing came from, okay, so where are we going with this? What do we want to see? Me and my sister are 9 years apart, and so I have a very vivid memory of being younger and looking out the window. I would either look out the window from my bedroom, because I could see, when we lived in like our first house, I could see the driveway and like them leaving. And so I would try to wake up like super early and watch her leave for school, because she was in middle school at the time and I wasn't even in school at all. I was in pre-K. I was just home all day. And I wanted to go to school so badly. I wanted to be with kids my age and play and to learn. Like, would literally dream to be her. I was like, she gets to go to school and make friends and to learn and to be out in the world. Like, I wanted it so badly. And she would wear a uniform. She went to Deer Park and they wore uniforms. And I just thought it was just the coolest thing in the world. And so I was thinking about that. Or like when I would try to get up even earlier to ask my mom so if I can be in the car, so I would be able to see her get dropped off at school, and I would see all the kids go into Deer Park. So I was thinking about that, and like I said, Doechii is a huge inspiration to me. You know, she has a very academia style with Tom Brown, and I looked at her Met Gala, not her Met Gala look, her Grammy look, the behind the scenes for it, and she was talking about like, I was dressing as like a student. I was a student of hip hop. I was a student learning, and it's like, now I'm the teacher, I'm the dean, bitch. Like, Doechii the Don, Doechii the dean, Doechii supreme. And now it's like, I'm taking you bitches back to school. No, well, taking you bitches back to is Kanye, but like, she's the teacher now, like she's the principal, like you bitches about to learn. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, okay, so I think I'm gonna do something that is more academia, based off of my personal relationship with my sister, and also my love and admiration for Doechii. And I feel like it wouldn't be a hard concept to understand and recreate as somebody who is still starting and wants to do a kind of editorial look. So I obviously already knew who Tom Brown was and was already a fan of his and was already like a fan of Doechii's looks. And so I put this together, and it also gave the look of childhood, like childhood of being a kid, of wearing a uniform. So I ended up with, first it was gonna be this, which is a sweater vest, a collar shirt, and then the skirt. And I was going to do some loafers. And then I had found this shirt from Forever 21. RIP Forever 21. And I was like, okay, this is a bit more different than this. I feel like this is a bit more safe. And I don't know, the little puff on the sleeves and the little bows, I really liked it. And I felt like it added a sillier element. Like, see, like I had different versions of it that I was trying to do, because I just saw the skirt and I really liked the skirt. But I had never wore anything like that, so one, I couldn't even imagine it on me, and two, I could imagine it on somebody else, but like, it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Ended up doing the shirt. Shout out to Zoe, because I asked her opinion on it, because she's a stylist, and I was like, Zoe, like, I don't know, because like, it's doing it for yourself and like wearing it, okay, if it falls through and it doesn't look cute, you can just find another outfit. This is for a shoot, and I have to do a fitting, and I'm buying pieces, and it's 2 people, so I have to buy double the pieces that I typically would. So there's like it was like a bigger risk for me, and I was like, I think it's gonna look cute, but like, do you also think it's gonna look cute? And she picked the white bow shirt, so like, shout out to her, because she understood the vision. For makeup, honestly, I wanted something that was natural, but still kind of cute though. Like, it doesn't look like they have a bare face, because I didn't want anything that was like, these look like grown women in uniforms. But because I didn't have anybody that I knew could do the makeup, and I didn't kind of like think that far, I kind of went on the models page, which is Olachi and Doechii. Shout out to them. They are the cutest twins I've ever met and the best twins I've ever met. And the best models ever. They are so professional. They know what the fuck to do. But I went on their pages and I looked on their page in the way that they did their makeup, because I didn't want anything that was too far out of their comfort zone, and I also wanted to see like if they were experimenting and like what looked good and like what were their styles. And they really had like natural like soft beats, and so I was like, well, that would also look cute with the idea. I ordered the stuff, booked the shoe, reached out to them, reached out to Sandy, and she kind of put the hair together and was like, okay, we're gonna do the bun and we're gonna do like a braided ponytail, which shout out to her, because one of the twins had locks, and that is a lot, and that was very scary. This project means a lot to me, honestly, and I at the time had never had a project that I had put out. I've done personal projects, like I've filmed my dad talking about his life. I filmed my grandfather before he passed, which got deleted because my camera died and it deleted all of it. But like whatever. I filmed like my parents talking about how they met and my grandparents. And so I've had really personal projects that I've done just myself and just haven't like put it out there. But I wanted to do something that could show who I was. I feel like I've been doing photography for a while, but it's very the relationship I have, because I've been doing it for so long, it feels like me and photography are combined, like we are one. Like the way that I feel about photography will probably directly correlate to the way that I feel about myself. If I don't like it and don't feel it, it's probably because I'm not feeling confident in my ability and I'm feeling insecure and I'm not in the best mental space. But when I love it but like when I actually do love it and take the time back and be like, wow, this is actually what I want to do, and this makes me feel good about myself, and this makes me feel good about the world, and it makes me feel like I have a voice, and it's probably because I'm feeling good about my life and like things are going, not even like things are going good, because I don't want to say that, but just like I believe in myself and I actually realize like I do have a talent and a gift. So yeah, we're just very connected, and I felt like I hadn't ever really shown like who I was behind the camera, and I feel like my photography page doesn't show who I am. I just wanted to do something a bit more personal, a bit more like showing what kind of means something to me and what actually connects to me. Like my sister had asked me like, what does your work make you feel? And of course I felt proud, and of course I loved my work, but I didn't feel any connection to it. I didn't feel like this is, I could go on a campaign and talk about it and be proud. I feel like it's just like, yeah, you know, like I did this because of this and this happened and it just ended up working out, and I don't know, like I just felt like it just wasn't, I was proud of what I'm able to put out, but it just didn't speak to me the way that I wanted it to. Like a lot of the artists that I look up to, especially with music, because I'm always listening to music, are a lot of artists that show who they are within their work. Like they don't say it, they show it within their body of music, which is like Beyonce or Doechii or Ariana Grande or Frank Ocean. Like I like that sort of work. I think fuck everything else, like put it in art, put it in your work, put it in like tell the story. Solange, like tell the story. And so I was like, well, why am I not acting like the artist that I look up to and that I admire and want to be like? And I was like, okay, it's time to put in work. And I was having a really hard time like understanding the shift in dynamics of just me and my sister and our relationship. Like I said, we're 9 years apart, so I've always been the younger sister. I've always looked up to her, and I've always looked up to her as like, I don't want to say you are God, but like you're Gandhi, like you're amazing. Whatever you say is the absolute 100% truth. She's been like my northern star, like my guiding light throughout life, because obviously she's had everything before I've had. She's had a first kiss, she's had a first boyfriend, she's been to college, she's done high school, she's done all these things, and I didn't experience that first. So I was just always looking up to her, and like would take whatever she would say to the heart, and it was like, this is it. But I think as we've both grown up, one, we're closer in age than we've ever been. I'm 22, she's 30. I could literally date a 30-year-old right now. She could date a 22-year-old right now. We've never been in this predicament to where not only are we going through similar things, but it's no longer you are a little girl, let me guide you through life. It's like, no, I'm becoming a woman, and like, bitch, I am a woman. I'm a grown woman. But like, I am a grown woman. Like, I am, and I'm also reevaluating things that I've been taught when I was younger, and I'm also learning about life throughout my own lens and figuring things out and being like, actually, I don't have to do that, or this isn't the way that the world works, or this isn't true, and that, you know, like, this may be true in your reality, but it's just not true for mine, and it doesn't work for me. And just the same thing with her, and like learning who my sister is now that she's 30 and she's a different person, and she's not this like all-time being for me. She's just like, you're my sister, and even though like there are some things that I don't like that you do, you're not, it's okay. Like, you're a person, like it's literally like figuring out, it's like when you look at your parents and realize like, oh, you're a human being. I feel like that's what it's like with older sisters and younger sisters, or just older siblings in general, because they have been such like a parent figure for you for so long. It's just one day you look at them and you're like, you're actually just a bitch I grew up with. Not like a bitch I grew up with, like, you're not just that, but like, you're a regular person too. And like, I can disagree with you, and I cannot like what you're saying, and I cannot understand you, or I can ruffle some feathers and like not always try to have peace and love and whatever. But yeah, I just wanted something that showed who I am and what I'm capable of doing. And I want to build on that, and I want to keep going with that, and I want my projects to be deeper and deeper and deeper, and I want my work to be able to show who I am as a person. Thank you all for listening to my long-winded explanation about Tethered. I hope that you like Tethered. I hope that you know, my shoot speaks to you and understands you and sees you or whatever. Yeah, I hope that you guys like it. I hope that someday Doechii sees this and knows that she's Doechii the Don, Doechii Dean, Doechii Supreme, and that I love her and I am her biggest fan. And I hope that you all have a great day.